Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is a Valentine's box, and it's an envelope punch board box. I'm not going to slide off the ribbon, but it's not a permanent close. You can't just open that, but the ribbon is what's closing it, because you know you don't want to give it to somebody and have them shred the box to get to the goodies inside. But isn't it so sweet? It is lovely. It's basic black cardstock. And then I'm using the new Stacked with Love Designer Series paper. And previously you've opened your DSP stacks like that. We now have Japan as part of the Stampin' Up! Country lineup. So we're now writing it this way, which means our books are opening that way. And look, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. How pretty. So it's black. It's basic black, real red, what's the other colour? Calypso Coral and Crisp Cantaloupe. Let me flip it that way for you so you can see the other sides. Gorgeous, huh? I love it. It's so pretty. So that's the focus on the top of my box. So I'm going to bring out my envelope punch board and show you how to make the basic box. It's a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 5.5, which is 14 by 14 centimetres, and that I've designed it so that you can get 2 from a regular sheet of cardstock. So 2 from the full length and you get a little bit of leftover. So to score it, you put it into the 2-inch mark, which is 5.1 centimetres, punch and score, and then slide it up to 3, which is 7.6, punch and score, and then rotate it. Now I am working with black. I'm also working on a really wet, soggy day, so I've got my desk lights on. So I will tip it so that you can see when I've punched and scored, so that you can see where my lines are. So there you go. There's my score line there. So that's the 2-inch mark, 5.1 centimetres, and then the 3-inch mark, 7.6 centimetres, and you should be able to see both. Oh, there you go. There's both. So you do that on one side, then you turn it around and you ignore the markings up here and you line these up. So you get your score line there and you line it up to the scored guide, punch and score, move it over, punch and score, and just keep doing that the whole way round. And you know, in the UK we don't celebrate Valentine's Day, whoops, in the same way that is done overseas, particularly I believe in Canada and America. You give Valentine's gifts to everybody and anybody, to your colleagues at work, your friends, your neighbours. We only give them to our husbands or wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, you know, literally to our loved ones. So I kind of was looking at the fact that I might give I do give my boys little treats, but I give them treats throughout the year. But you know, maybe that's something that we could adopt. I don't know. But it's not something that we've ever particularly historically done. And children at school, we you know, I love the idea of the fact that, sorry, burnish all your score lines while I chatter away. I love that, you know, I see it on the movies, you know, in America, where all the children in the classroom, they make little boxes to put their Valentines in, and then they all go around and exchange, a bit like Christmas. You know, stocking Christmas cards. I love that. We don't do it here. The children might come home with a card they've made me, but it's not something that they do for themselves, or for each other, I should say. Okay, right. You need to hold this. I'm going to do my best to hold it in the horizontal fashion because it is very slightly rectangular, and cut up the sides of the wider triangle on both sides because they're the bits that are going to fold in. And just straight up. And then we need to put some adhesive in a couple of places to start with, which is these bottom tabs here. These ones, but on the opposite side because they're going to fold in and stick. So I'm going to grab my mini glue dots. You know me and mini glue dots and envelope punch board projects. If you don't, come and have a look at all my EPB projects. There's loads of them. And the online class that I did, oh gosh, November 2013, so a little over a year ago, still very popular. There are still people who join it now, and I love that. So it's still there and available. Okay, fold in your sides. Again, you can't see this very well because of the black. That was sensible, wasn't it? Fold in the sides and bring that one up. So I would suggest you pop some adhesive on these parts here, just to help keep it stuck down. Obviously it kind of depends on what you've got going in there, but you know, I'm reckoning on maybe chocolates or sweeties or something. So just fold those in, and then this top one, if I tip it into the light, will just fold up. So it kind of, this part of it does look like a regular envelope. And then when you fold these bits in to stop anything coming out, fold that round, that's your envelope box made. And the finished dimensions of this, because I was sensible and wrote it down, 2 15/16 of an inch by 2 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch, which in metric 7.5 by 5.8 by 2 centimetres. Okay, little panel for the front. So this is the paper I've chosen this time. I wanted these cross stitch hearts. That measures 2 3/4 by 2 inches, which is 7 by 5.2 centimetres. Another bit of snail on the back of that. Probably should have put this on before I closed the box up. And just on there, and I'm going to do a tiny bit of stamping, and I've chosen one stamp set, Hello Life, new from the spring catalogue, as is the paper, and I want this one here, the little things, and these spotty hearts, and I will show you what I'm going to do with those in a second, but I'm going to do my stamping first. I've got some Whisper White cardstock, and I've got black stays on this time for the wording, so although on these I used the colour in the background, I've got black there, so you know, I'm just going to do something a little bit different. So oh, I wibbled that. I knew it as I put it down, I'd wibbled. There we go. So the little things, and then I've got my heart, and I've got some real red ink this time. And I'm going to bring it low, and you will find out why in a minute. Okay, so let's punch. Oh, I've got too close to that, I think, now. So I've got my 1 inch circle punch, plain circle, to go around the wording, the little things. And I've got my heart punch, which is from the Itty Bitty Accents punch pack, and that's the one that comes with the star and the 4-petal flower. So it's the heart I want out of it, and it's a sweetheart shape, and a sweetheart means that it comes to it comes into a V-shape point rather than a straight line point. Let me grab a pencil. Don't know if I can draw a heart. A sweetheart goes like that. It's a bit more like a question mark. That was terrible, wasn't it? So that's a sweetheart. A regular heart goes like that. So it's got a straight size, but this is a sweetheart, and the shape, obviously far too small. That's okay. We don't mind. It's the spots I wanted. One of them, and I'll have one in white. And then while I've got silver glimmer paper on the back of here, I actually am going to go with real red glimmer paper. And I haven't got any scraps, so I'm coming in with a big section here. 1 1/4 inch scallop circle, one of those, and another one of these sweethearts. And let's just start putting all of these layers together. So dimensional on the back of that. And onto there. Oops. And I'm going to put my, shall I put my glimmer heart on there? Yes, I will. Right, with the hearts, where's my little paper snips? Right under my nose. A full dimensional is too big, so just go for your edges or cut one in half to get the right amount of the right shape and size of dimensional, and they will then fit perfectly. Okay, so my glimmer heart is going, shall I have that at the top or the bottom? I think I'll have this one at the top. And then I've got the ribbon I'm going around this one. I went for the taffeta, the 1/8 of an inch taffeta on both of those ones. And I'm going to stick with the same, this time with silver. And I'm going around 3 times. Oops. And I'm going to tie off into a knot that I'm going to cut short. You see, clearly now I've made 3. I'm going to have to make a 4th, and I'm going to have to fill them with treats to give to my 4 little boys, aren't I? Any excuse for crafting. So I'm going to cut that down short there, because we're going to hide that, and just sort of, you know, just spread it out a little bit. Oops. Just to position it, really. And then, oh, just attach myself to everything. I'm going to have a dimensional on the back of that as well. You know, I'm all fingers and thumbs today. This is really the first proper time I'm filming after Christmas, and I'm all over the place. Okay, so take the backing off these ones. So my plain white one, where shall I have that? Oh, up there I think. And I shall have my red spotty stamped one down here. And then I've just got a couple of rhinestones. I have some. Here we go. I'm going to take the largest one down here and another one up there. And that is my little envelope punch. What did I just throw on the floor? Oh, I don't know. I've just thrown something on the floor. Envelope punch board Valentine's treat box. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.